This should be in every camera bag. This thing is like a tornado in your pocket. When it comes to making videos and taking epic photographs, one enemy remains constant, and that's dust. We've all been there. The perfect shot, the perfect video ruined by that relentless enemy. And if you rely on autofocus dust on the lens, causes all kinds of problems. This is the trusty old rocket blower. It's grimy, it's been around forever, and it works. But it's time for an epic upgrade. Enter the future, the BB21 from Nitecore, and it's their answer to our dust problems. This should be in every camera bag. This thing is like a tornado in your pocket. First up, this thing is very small compared to the rocket blower. It's just not as cumbersome. Similar size, but this can be a pain to fit in the bag. This is just going to slot in because of its shape quite anywhere. We've got a whole bunch of features here on the back. We have this little filter system, which is magnetic, so you can take that on and off and give it a clean if you're really dusty. But the big standout feature here, besides the one thing which is insane, is this little brush. Little magnetic brush, which you can pull off if you want, but you can slot it in and you can clean dust off, because dust can get wedged in two places. So combine that with the power and you can absolutely get stuff that's really kind of stuck in. To use this blower, it's really simple. We've got a power button, which is going to engage the turbines. So that's power 1. Then if we go to power 2, it's getting faster. And then this is nearly 50 miles an hour. Yup. I couldn't believe this either. Look at the specs, 50 miles an hour. We're going to see what else this can blow down besides cameras. Speaking of power, this whole thing is powered by USB-C, and if we press the power button, we can actually see how much is left on the battery, and that's it. So it's very, very easy to use. Now, I know what you're saying. Vic, the rocket blower, that's easy to use. It is easy to use, but there's a couple of downsides of using the rocket blower over this, and it's only if you use the rocket blower for a long period of time that you'll actually go, okay, now I get it. Maybe it's just me, but I find when you're sticking this in towards the sensor, it's just that not controllable, right? So you've got a tiny little stream of air versus the actual one that comes out of the BB21, but I always find you're just like a second away from just like crowbarring this into the sensor. Now, maybe that's just me being awkward. However, with this, you just get so much more control. You press the button and it's there. You don't have to worry about squeezing. So, you never get it exactly where you want, because as you can see, even just squeezing this here, it's moving around. With the Nitecore BB21, it's completely controlled and it's just a dedicated stream of air, and you can adjust the power. This, if you've got a weak wrist, then you're in trouble with this. So that's kind of the biggest downside of the rocket blower as far as I'm concerned. It's really good. It served me well. It does get grotty and grimy, and maybe I need to wash this. There's a little bit of a difference in price. Obviously, you pay for what you get. But given the build quality on this, as far as I'm concerned, this has not left my sight, because not only will it kind of just take dust off the sensor or your lens or anything else, I find that if you're taking a product shot for something, I'm just giving this a quick rundown over the product, or whether it's a keyboard or whatever, because it just gets rid of the dust, something that actually drives me mad, and I'm guilty of it. You have stuff in video and it's covered in dust, and this is probably not going to do a good enough job. So this thing would blow dust off of anything. If you've been watching the last few videos, you'll have seen that I've had this in a camera bag. It's always been there, and it's something that I've used for the last, guess, over a month now at this stage when it comes. Every time, here's the best practice, every time before you press record, just give it a blow. And even if you don't get this, you should always look at cleaning your lens, because I think that dust cloths can be okay if you've got like a fingerprint smear, but for the best part, all of those cloths will leave some dust residue in some capacity. A lot of the times dust isn't a problem on one shot, but the times that it is a problem is the times you need the camera to perform the most, and let me tell you, dust absolutely annihilates autofocus. So something like this, as far as I'm concerned, and a big thanks to Nitecore for sending me this. They sent this over like a month and a half ago. They didn't say, Vic, you got to say this, that, or the other. They just said, look, you want to review this, and this is my honest opinion. I absolutely love this thing, and it has been completely invaluable to me just when it comes to cleaning, because it's just so easy. There's no effort. Press the button and go.